Today I'm going to be talking about how to be more consistent in the gym, and the title is true. It's not hard. It's not hard at all, but it is a little bit more complicated and nuanced than people would like you to believe. A lot of people, especially in America, with our culture and our mentality, we always like to say, oh, you're not trying hard enough, or you're not doing this, you're not doing that. But the reality is that willpower rarely, if ever, gives you results. Willpower is not the main determinant factor for someone who is fit versus someone who is not. It's also, believe it or not diet. It's not a lot of these things that we are told that it normally is when we're younger. What really matters the most are a few key things. And it's really not as simple as people like to claim it is. I'm going to talk about those three things. Number one, people who are fitter than you likely can control their time better than you can. They're not better at it per se, they just have a different set routine that kind of fits to them and whatever they do. I'm going to give you me for example. When I was trying to find a way to consistently work out, I would go whenever I had time, whenever I had the opportunity. So there's nothing wrong with going whenever you have time. Trying to fit it in is better than not trying at all, right? The problem with that is you're not in control of your time. You're not in control of almost anything in that situation. I really do not recommend just going whenever you're able to, because then you're not going to be able to have a consistent schedule. You're not going to be able to, in general, just go all the time, because let's say you wake up, you go to work, right after work, oh, you have to go pick up groceries. That's going to eat into your gym time. You can go after, but then it's going to be really late. Or let's say before work or before school, you go and you decide, okay, I'm going to go right before work. But then you have to clock in early because you have a meeting or you have a deadline or a project due. Then you're not going to be able to stay consistent. You're going to be always kind of behind, kind of in a rush. And honestly, that's never a good feeling. And that's never going to lead to any good results. It's going to lead to results. They're just not going to be the results you want. So the way I had to think of it is, when do I have the most control over my time? For me, that's usually really early in the morning at like 6, because there's no person that's going to call me at 6 or 6:30 in the morning and tell me they need something. I don't care if you need something, it's too early. That's not a reasonable hour to call somebody. So unless they're dumb or they're just really inconsiderate, people aren't really going to bother you that early in the morning, nor should they. So that's going to be the time for me that I have the best opportunity to be able to work out consistently, because there's no one that's going to bother me. And another thing about controlling your time is not just waking up early and going, it's also about going to sleep at a good time. By controlling your time, you also have to control when you sleep. If you sleep really late and you feel like garbage every single time you go to the gym, you're not going to feel like going to the gym all the time. If you don't sleep correctly, and if you don't know how to control your time or keep boundaries with people, you're not going to be able to get the consistent results you want. Willpower doesn't equal results, it's consistency. Next is going to be evaluating your goals. How much of a priority is working out for you? Working out by any metric doesn't feel good to anybody at any point. I don't care what people tell you. It feels good eventually and sometimes, but never all the time. It's a myth. It's not going to be true. Sometimes you work out and you feel like garbage. Sometimes you don't feel good. Sometimes you don't want to go. And that's a common thing you hear amongst people, but they're still going to go anyway. That needs to be one of your top priorities. A lot of people think they can kind of just throw it into their life and expect it to work. Unfortunately, it's just not how it works. Maintaining a certain level of fitness is easier. than growing a certain physique or hitting a certain fitness goal for the first time. Like if you want to grow muscle, or yeah, if you just want to grow muscle, it takes forever. It takes so long to do that. But people aren't accustomed to that. So they're going to try to just fit it in whenever they can. It's not going to work. It's never going to work. Growing muscle doesn't happen, not just overnight. It doesn't happen quick at all. It takes forever, and you're not going to be motivated every day. It's going to be rare that you are motivated to go, especially at first. So you need to really put it at one of the top of your priorities. If you don't really want to put a lot of effort in and you just kind of want to squeeze in a little workout here and there, you're likely going to take a really long time to reach your goals. You'll reach them. It'll just take maybe 10 years, 8 years. Instead, you can do it probably in 3 if you're consistent and you prioritize it. It has to be one of the main focuses in life. Not your only focus, but one of the main ones. So you're going to need to choose at some point what is the most important thing for you. Lastly, it's going to be patient. It sounds cliche, it sounds stupid, but it's true. If you're patient, you'll likely get the results you want. You're not going to get them right away, especially if you're just starting and you just want to start being consistent in the gym. If you're not patient with yourself, if you're not seeing the results you want in the first 2 weeks, that's not what happens. It usually takes a lot longer than that. It takes months, years. This is going to be a part of your life. It'll be a very big part of your life at first, but then it'll shrink down and it'll get easier and more manageable as you get accustomed to it. But it's all about patience. You need to try really hard for a certain period of time. But it's going to be a part of your life and you need to get accustomed to that. Super short one, but that's pretty much it. If you like what you saw, subscribe, and thanks.